Why, hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. And guess who's back? It's me, Mary. And I'm here with my Sunday night shenanigans, 90 Day Oy Vey. EScott is having a baby. Oh, yes, he is. And we're going to get into who would be dumb enough, and yes, I said it, dumb enough to give him a baby. And I would like to thank everyone that's in my live comments right now. I know I'm live in the middle of 90 Day Fiance on TLC. So I appreciate everyone that's here live in my comments. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. If you happen to be joining me for the first time, once again, my name is Mary, and welcome to my channel, Kiki and Kibitz. Please try to remember that. Or you can call me Kibbles and Bits if you like. It kind of stuck, but the name of my channel is Kiki and Kibitz, and I'm Mary, also known as Kiki to some cast members, but that's okay. Um, Thank you, Natalie, for joining me. Thank you, Yorkville Charlie. And yes, we are going to get into this in a minute. Who is the idiot that is actually giving Escott a kid? Yes, Isabella. He was flirting with Katie from 90 Day UK a few days ago, along with let's see, Rachel once she announced her divorce to John is final. He was also flirting with Tiffany not too long ago, and with Linzee, Gino's ex Linzee, the one that I interviewed before I went away on my cruise. Yeah, her. And now he's announcing that he's having a baby. Thank you, Barbara. Welcome. Thank you, Deirdre. Hi, Venus. Thank you. Hi, Rosanna. Hi, one of my trusty moderators, Menopausal Queen. And yes, my cruise was great. Thank you very much, everyone. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Toddy. Hi, Shelly. I missed you guys. Hi, Susu. Hi, Maria. Wow, there's a lot of you guys in here live. Thank you so much. Hi, Maureen. Um, Jelly Ugandan Knuckles. Hello. Papillion Purple. And just Jen. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I was afraid I was going to be sitting here talking to myself because I'm going live in the middle of the show. But I just got back from my cruise today, unpacked, got my life somewhat together, organized, somewhat, and put together the video. I had to make a home cooked dinner for my son because he's going back to school tomorrow. And that was his one request, a home cooked dinner from mom. So I put that together, and now I am here. So hi, Limoncello. And Natalie, we're gonna get into exactly who Escott is. Okay. He's from Love in Paradise, the dude that got into a fight with Pedro on TV, but we're gonna get all into this. So um hi Holly, hi Sunshine, and let's get right into this. So Escott, yes, he is having a baby. This is Escott for those of you who may or may not know who he is. Okay. And this is the woman, apparently, who is carrying Escott's baby. So apparently today is his 54th birthday, and he took to his stories to thank this woman for giving him a wonderful birthday present. Now, yes, in January, he was talking about one of his goals for 2025 was to have a baby, whether it was through surrogacy, IVF, whether it was through, natural ways. He was going to have a baby in 2025. And I guess this woman who is anonymous, and if I was Scott's baby mama, I will be anonymous too. He says, my grandparents came to Brooklyn. My parents met in Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. COVID sent to Brooklyn as a respiratory therapist. 90-Day Fiance met Alejandro in Brooklyn. Made love in Brooklyn, and my unborn son or daughter born in Brooklyn. You see, he was introduced to Pedro's mom by this guy, Alejandro, who was dating Nicole at the time. Yeah, so apparently he is having a baby, and the baby's going to be born in Brooklyn. So, of course, Kyle Gordy, who tries to stay relevant in whatever way he can, hopping in on comments wherever he can, had to congratulate Scott. Okay, so, let me share this with you guys. Good old Kyle Gordy, which, by the way, he mentioned on his stories right before I went live that he is free from his contract, free to talk about his experience on 90 Day, and free to provide tea. So I DM'd him. Let's see if he answers my DM. But anyway, EScott's having a baby. Check this out. Kyle is sending his best wishes.
Say congrats, Scott Byrne, on the pregnancy and about to be a new father. Well, father again at 54. I know you've been wanting this for a while, and you finally made your dream come true. I wish you luck on your journey. And by the way, if you happen to have a boy, name him Kyle, and if it's a girl, name him Kylie. I think those are honorable names, and I could be the godfather. See you around, buddy.
So anyway, yeah, menopausal queen, I agree with you. How the hell can he afford all this when he was just begging for money a couple of months ago? He's broke. He needed money for his mother's medical expenses, for his living expenses, and now he's having a baby. Okay. And yes, Natalie, I agree with you. He is a louse who took advantage of Lydia, and Lydia's no prize. Okay, we all know Lydia, Nicole, that whole Pedro's family aren't any prizes themselves, but yeah, it's kind of bad when we're siding, well, at least I should say when I'm siding with Lydia and Nicole over EScott. And what is Pedro up to? Well, after teasing us for, a couple of days, hanging out with Sophie, we're all expecting, pictures of him hanging out with Sophie. No, it's just gaming night. So, he's playing all of us. So, moving on, we have good old Paul and Karini. What the fuck is going on? Kyle Gordy is the one that was on last season's Love in Paradise. And off screen, he is known for being a serial sperm donor. I'm actually going to put the link in my description box after I'm done with my live to an interview that I did with a woman named Jen, who was one of his recipients, and allegedly Kyle suffers from a genetic defect that he does not necessarily disclose it to his recipients. So I'm going to put that link in my description box to the interview that I did a few months ago. Kyle is just ew. Yes, Shelly, I agree. Kyle is ew, ew, ew. Okay, so hi, Joslo. Thank you for joining me. Yes, this is a good nickname for him, the Sperminator. So, I'm moving on. Paul and Karini. What the fuck is going on with them? Okay. So, you guys remember Paul and Karini, Paul running off into the Amazon, all that good stuff. Well, Karini has resurfaced. She's pregnant with her third child. Okay. How do we know? I'll get to that in a second. But she has resurfaced and she has reactivated her GoFundMe. And now she is asking for 50K to help her get her children back. She's done this in the past, and her goal in the past was 10K. And as you see, she did receive donations. When she had her GoFundMe at 10K, she raised about 3,800. But now she has a new goal of 50K, and it's help reunite a loving parent with their children. You guys may or may not remember Paul and Karini had a very toxic allegedly abusive relationship, and it got to the point that CPS, Children Protective Services, stepped in, removed the two young boys from Paul and Karini's custody, put them in the custody of Paul's cousin, okay, and terminated both of their parental rights. And it's even so bad that Paul's mother is not allowed to see the children. Okay, so now Karini wants 50K to get her kids back. And yes, I could see that. I could see the state wanting to be involved in taking her new baby away because, previously, I mean, they had to step in to save those poor babies from this abuse, allegedly. You guys know I have to say allegedly to cover my ass. This allegedly abusive and toxic environment. So, like I said, Karini is pregnant again. How do we know? Because I've reported on it back in November. Paul took to Facebook to say, yes, me and Karini are still married. Yes, she is pregnant. Yes, she has a new boyfriend who is the father of the new baby. New boyfriend doesn't want her filming or on here anymore, as she is having problems with immigration. She will give me any new content she has, and I will post on here when I have time. Karini had an IUD to prevent pregnancy, which she convinced her to remove, and she got pregnant immediately. I am still mentally absorbing all this information. He told her he was 50 and really wanted a baby. They met this year. So I reported back on this in November. So yeah. Um Now Paul, what the fuck is going on with Paul? Is he another Josh Sider publicity stunt, dying more than once? Now, I have my glasses on and it's really hard for me to read this story. So I'm going to blow it up and I'm going to blow it up on my iPad because this is like, okay. So this was posted to Paul's story sometime last week while I was on my vacation, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? So it says, hello, everyone. I am a medical professional and friend of Paul. Paul, previously, out of fear of the fact he lives alone, gave me a key to his home. In case of any medical emergency, I would be able to get to him. I speak moderate English and understand Paul medical and mental health. He gave me his Instagram information to post any medical emergencies that would leave him unable to communicate normally. That is a total normal thing to do, right guys? Not. Paul has sent me some strange depressed messages. He gave me instructions to come to his home to check on him and his pets if I do not hear from him in 24 hours. Fearful he might do something medically unsound or self harm, I decided to go to his home after I completed my shift. I found Paul in bed not responding. He had his prescription anxiety medicine bottle next to him and an empty bottle of wine, but breathing shallow and very low heartbeat. I took him to the hospital where he is receiving care. I believe the alcohol mixed with the anxiety medicine has left him in this condition. We are caring for his cats and puppy. In his mental state and depression, he really should not be living alone in a foreign country. He is alive and will be okay. Then this person, whoever he is, posted to Paul's story, hello everyone. I was able to find his life insurance information, but not any medical or travel insurance information for the hospital. If anyone knows which company Paul uses, please advise. Is this another publicity stunt? Did Paul really almost OD on prescription meds and alcohol? Or is he just trying to get attention because now Karini is back on the gram trying to get attention? Like, what the fuck is going on? Okay. So, moving on, we have, as you guys know, the only pregnancy that really matters in 90-day world, good old Jazzy. And if you don't detect the sarcasm in my voice, I'm being super duper sarcastic. So, I've been gone for a week. Started off, Jazzy was buying adult diapers apparently in Walmart and she fell. Then Last Resort aired. I haven't had a chance to watch Last Resort yet, But from what I understand, Jasmine, somehow Gino had in his head that Matt was gay. And Jasmine basically, mocks Gino on her story. And she's like, thanks for being so gay, my allegedly gay best friend. Well, girl, Mary Pants and I already reported on this months ago, months ago, that you lied to Gino when you started your little affair with Matt and told Gino that Matt was your gay bestie so you could go hang out with him for hours and hours and hours and hours and allegedly spend a night or two at his place. And Gino didn't think anything of it because Gino thought that he didn't like women. But yeah, unfortunately, Gino realizes that he was really, really wrong and really gullible. Okay. Um, and that is one thing I find about Gino. Sorry guys, I'm lighting my joint. Is he's really, really gullible. Okay. And I think this whole experience with Jasmine, in my opinion, has made him jaded and he's not going to be so gullible anymore. So, yes, Jasmine, we already know this. Okay. You told Gino that Matt was your gay bestie. So now, since I couldn't really like do any content, make any posts, because yes, the Wi Fi on the ship was really, really shitty. I mean, really, really shitty. But one thing I was able to do is comment on post. And you know something? Troll Mary feels really good sometimes. It's not necessarily trolling when I do it though. It's just sprinkling the truth. Okay, so first of all, there was a reel that was posted on the 90 Day Fiance official site, and it showed a between the sheets clip between Josh and Gino. And Gino was explaining how Jasmine convinced him that Matt was gay. Now, mind you, I haven't watched last week's Last Resort yet or Between the Sheets, but I will. So, um, there was that reel, and I commented Jasmine lied to Gino about Matt being her gay BFF so she can hang out with him and Gino wouldn't be suspicious. I guess who decided to reply to me? Dana. So Dana says, I really don't believe that you are convinced of this, not one bit. I notice you have backed off from defending everything that Gino says, or in this case, the things he is doing. Where do you get that impression? Now, I know I defend Gino a lot. Yes, I do. Because, in my opinion, Gino is gullible, naive. I've spoken to many people that know Gino really well. He may or may not be on the spectrum. I'm finding the nicest way to say this without offending him or anyone else. Okay. And I believe that Jasmine took advantage of this. There was actually someone reminded me that Jasmine commented on a post during her first season that Gino is like her younger son. Now we know that her younger son is on the spectrum. So Jasmine knows that Gino may or may not be on the spectrum. And there's certain things that come with being on the spectrum, loud noises, flashing lights, things like that affecting the person, overwhelming them. We saw how Niall shut down in certain situations. So giving, the knowledge that Gino may or may not be on the spectrum, and Jasmine yelling at him, insulting him, verbally abusing him, emotionally abusing him every day. Yes, I defend Gino on not fucking her for all that time because who would want to fuck her? If you have someone screaming at you every day, insulting you, we've seen it on TV, Dana, so don't deny it. Okay, we've seen the way she treats him on TV. I could just imagine what goes on behind closed doors. But hey, you want to defend Jasmine? That's on you. It's none of my business. So moving on. Um, Jasmine posted to her stories today that she loves these two so much, Matt and Dana. maybe Matt has to keep an eye on Dana. I don't know, because to me it seems kind of weird how Dana so fiercely defends Jasmine. I get Michelle. Okay, I get Michelle. That's her bestie. That's her girlfriend. Okay, Michelle's defending her. Which, speaking of Jasmine's bestie, you know who else is defending her? Oh, good old Nikki. Oh, yes, she is. Nikki Exotica, who was formerly with Igor, who she renamed Justin. So Nikki wrote on this reel that was on 90 Day Fiance official, gay, meaning gleeful, jovial, glad, joyous, happy, cheerful, sprightly, light, airy, airy, lighthearted, vivacious, frolicsome, supportive, hilarious, gay, jolly, joyful, merry, describe a happy or lighthearted mood. Gay suggests a lightness of heart or liveliness of mood that is openly manifested. When hearts were young and gay, jolly indicates a good natural, expansive gaiety of mood or deposition. A jolly crowd at a party. I think Jasmine meant this. Really, Nikki? Really? Okie dokie. So I responded to Nikki because, like I said, I was having fun on the cruise, just sprinkling truth in comments. So I asked Nikki, what would her reaction be if Igor did the same to her? If Igor cheated on her and got some other bitch pregnant during their relationship, what would her reaction be? This is what she said. Listen to this shit. Birds of a feather flock together. If I wasn't intimate with Igor at all, then I can understand him cheating on me behind my back and potentially knocking up a woman. I would take full responsibility because I refused to have sex with him, just like Gino did to Jasmine. Every action causes a reaction. So I just said, good to know where your moral compass is, shaking my damn head. Times get rough, go cheat. So you see where Nikki stands on the whole thing. Okay? Birds of a feather flock together. They're besties. Okay, besties. So, I mean, as long as she's a beautiful pregnant woman, that's all that matters, right? It doesn't matter that she lied to her husband, she emotionally abused him, verbally abused him, emotionally cheated on him, and physically cheated on him. Okay, I mean, they were at couples therapy, and what was it? Episode 2. She's calling her friend Matt her friend. Yeah, I have a couple of bridges to fucking sell you. So this is her support system, Michelle and Dana. And like I said, I get the whole Michelle defending her. Michelle's her bestie and whatever. So Troll Mary just had to ask Michelle a question. So I said, Michelle is lying again to protect Jasmine, shaking my damn head. So she turns around and says to me, why not ask him directly? Has Gino introduced Jasmine to his other siblings in Michigan? Maybe reach out to one of his friends for an interview and ask if they met Jasmine. His other two siblings live in Michigan. Two of them actually live within 15 minutes of his condo in Canton. So I replied to her, it seems like you have your version and your other family members have their own. So a little birdie, okay, one of my sources, gave me a little insight of what was going on between Gino's immediate family and Jasmine. So, first of all, do we remember when they were playing bocce ball? Well, his immediate family met Jasmine then. Remember that scene on TV? Then Gino apparently took Jasmine up north to stay with his brother and sister-in-law for days. They went across the Mackinac Bridge, hung up in Upper Michigan, and they were hanging out. They went to the concert, drag races, that his uncle took them to. So let's see, brother, sister-in-law, uncle. That sounds like immediate family to me. Now, Jasmine allegedly had no interest in meeting other family members, and when Gino asked her, she had no interest in doing anything with him. She was already emotionally checked out. Okay, so now, um, my little birdie says that Gino did take Jasmine to meet with his nephew, Anthony, and they drove to his sister Rita's house. And Jasmine did meet his sister Rita. So, okay, we have a brother in law, we have a sister in law, we have a nephew, we have an uncle. Now Gino is from a huge Italian family, like 25 to 30 people in his immediate circle, okay? Aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, nephews, nieces. So, and Michelle's saying that Jasmine hasn't met anyone. Jasmine met you guys, right? I mean, how the hell did Jasmine meet you guys if Gino wasn't introducing her to family members? Make it make sense, please. I mean, am I the only one? Because I smoke too much of this shit? Which I'm going to get into that a little later on. But anyway, so Michelle is insisting, that Gino never took um Jasmine to meet immediate family members. But my little birdie says, listen, on their first Christmas Eve together, okay, Gino was going to his, immediate family's house. Excuse my husband yelling at whatever basketball game they're watching right now. It's March Madness. My son and my husband are in the living room yelling their heads off at some basketball game. So excuse me, guys. I'm sorry for that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so their first Christmas Eve together, whole family was going to be there. And it's their first Christmas Eve together. And guess what? Allegedly, Jasmine didn't go with Gino to his family's house because she had too many cameos to do. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess that's why she's like number 7 on cameos. Uh, Even doing them on Christmas Eve when you're supposed to go with your newly wedded husband to his family Christmas Eve gathering. But I guess, Michelle has her version, and then there's the truth. So, I don't know. Anyway, so moving on. Jasmine takes to her stories, and she says, I have always been threatened and insulted, but I'm supposed to stay silent and deal with this constant abuse. I am tired of all this. And this is a message from Gino's sister, Lisa. Now, Lisa says, very likely, if you are disrespectful to my family, it is not good. That is all I will say. So, why don't you respond to me? Because you have been hustling my brother since the beginning of meeting him. I know the hustle. You probably I'm not going to say the word so I won't get into trouble, and had him watch while he did the same or whatever, but it was something like that. In my eyes, you are no better than a stripper whore, and I will be looking to meet you where you work out or where you buy your vegan food, or I could just see you walking down a bike path. We live very close, so just know we will run into each other very soon if you do not start responding to my question. I am not the person that you want to get upset. That is all I will say. So Jazzy says, I am not perfect. I have my flaws. But one thing is for certain. Family means the world to me. And I can never treat my sisters, including in-laws, like this. If you're ready to have an honest adult conversation, let me know. If you're going to continue ranting nonsense and attacking me, I pass. So there was one screenshot I forgot to stick in here, guys. My apologies. Gino's sister Lisa DM Jasmine. She put it up to her story. Don't know how long ago this was, but she basically told her, listen, bitch, I was a stripper for over 30 years. 10 years on the Vegas Strip, okay? Bitch, I know a hustler when I see one. I used to do the same shit back in the day. I know that you're hustling my brother. I know you don't really love him. And basically stay the fuck away from my brother. So yes, Gino's sister Lisa apparently was a stripper back in the day. So like she says, one knows another one when she sees it. So yeah, that was a really harsh message from Gino's sister, but I'm sure it was coming from sibling love and the need to protect her brother who was being taken advantage of by this woman, and she was seeing it happen, you know. So yes, her and Matt are living in Florida now. This is why I'm questioning how old these messages are. Okay, because they moved to Florida months ago. And Bobby, that is a good question. What about her kids? Her older one say, is her stepson, so she doesn't even have legal rights to him to bring him here if she wanted to. And the younger one doesn't live with her or her ex-husband or her mother anymore, allegedly, because her mother couldn't handle the little boy's special needs, and now he's living with a family that could handle his special needs. All allegedly, of course. So, I'm moving on. We have um Jasmine saying to Gino's sister Lisa, I've always wanted to meet you, but has been your own brother the one who has been very empathetic and not wanting it to happen. And I don't want to share the reasons. Ask him personally. And I strongly disagree with his reasoning anyway. I have nothing against strippers or what people do with their lives. I will strongly appreciate you leaving me the heck alone. And then she says, ask him why neither you or your own sister were not his own blood, were not invited to our wedding, even when I begged him to do so. Ask Gino how much money, thousands of dollars, he made by not applying for my green card purposely, so he would get compensated twice as much, and I would never see a dime of years of working for free. Do some research about immigration law if you don't believe me. Who's the one been used, darling? Okay, so like I said, Jasmine is a bully. Okay, she may be glowing. She may have beautiful pregnancy skin, beautiful pregnancy hair. Oh my goodness, Jasmine is the most beautiful pregnant woman on the face of the earth. But that doesn't make her any less of a fucking bully. And you know why? Not only has she publicly humiliated her husband by getting pregnant while still married, okay? They are actively on TV in last resort marriage therapy, but meanwhile she was banging her side piece the whole time, allegedly. So sorry guys, I'm getting distracted by my joints. It's been a week since I've been able to do this, so I'm on a roll. Okay, so Jasmine posted to her stories this children's book. She says buying books for the baby, and these ones look like Papa Gino. Bitch, Gino is not the father. Stop the bullshit already. Then she posted a post from Matt's page. And she said, Matt, Gino said today in the show that you're gay. Not to create drama, just saying what he said. And Matt replies, I see the way he looks at my butt when I bend over to pick something up. And Jasmine replies, stay away from my husband. How you dare? I think she meant, how dare you? So not only have they publicly humiliated Gino, now Jasmine and Matt are publicly mocking him. Okay, but we're supposed to overlook all this because she's pregnant. She's in the late stages of her pregnancy. I mean, we don't want to stress her out. Do we, guys? But, you know, one thing matters to Jasmine. The eyes on her IG, getting those promos, doing those cameos, and her OnlyFans. Even though she hasn't advertised her OnlyFans, you know that bitch is still uploading content on her OnlyFans. So she is monetizing off of her pregnancy on OnlyFans. Hey, More power to you, but don't deny it. So, moving on, she goes on to say, Gino is not around at family gatherings because while we hang out with family, he hangs out with sugars. To each his own. Ha ha, Jazzy. You're really fucking funny. First of all, if you call a family gathering hanging out with Michelle and Dana and your side piece, hey, more power to you. Speaking of the sugar babies, okay, if you haven't checked out my interview with Linzee and Tara, please do. I'm going to put that link in my description box. I interviewed Linzee and Tara before I went away, and hey, a lot of shit has happened since then. They have been getting a lot of attention, and Gino went out to dinner with them again. But let's get into this in a second. So there is this new account out. Okay, it's called. Oh my god, it cracks me up. It's called Gino Linzee Tara, which is, I guess, a play off of the Matt Jasmine Gino account. So this account popped up a couple of days ago after Linzee, Tara, and Gino went out to dinner again. I'm going to show you all those pics in a second. So when Jasmine decided to take a little pot shot at Gino today, whoever's running this account, and I want to shake their hand and give them a high five, turned around and said Gino was with his friends for support after his wife got pregnant from the valet at the landing strip. We love you, Gino. You're going to be fine. So then she says, how can a sugar baby herself be throwing shade at Gino for hanging out with sugar babies when pregnant and wants a non monogamous relationship and is having another man's baby? Is anybody else confused or is it just us? No, no, you're not the only one confused because I'm confused. Okay, I'm confused on how Jasmine thinks she could sit up there and throw shade and bully and make fun of Gino when she's the one that got pregnant during their marriage with her side piece. Now, the other thing that I'm defending is the sanctity, you guys know what I'm trying to say, of marriage. Okay. Now, I believe that people take marriage very lightly nowadays. And listen, if you're married and things aren't working out, you're not getting sex, your spouse is verbally abusive, emotionally abusive. I mean, there are options: therapy, separation, divorce. I do not and will never condone cheating, especially with your gay bestie. Just saying. Just saying. So, like I said, Gino, he's moving on. I mean, he's doing his thing. He's surrounded by his friends, Linzee and Tara, which, by the way, I will have them back here. We are going to do recaps of the tell all from Last Resort. I will make sure Linzee is not chewing any gum, but I will not ask Tara not to sit in front of her sex toys in her bedroom. Okay, these women have very unique personalities. I love them both dearly. They crack me the fuck up. Linzee and Tara have hearts of gold. As you guys saw from the interview, Tara is funny as fuck. Okay, she makes me laugh and laugh and laugh, just like in this clip where she's trying to have Gino dance on a pole. Okay, check this out. This shit is funny as fuck. So she is, they went out to dinner the other night, and she was getting Gino up on the pole. But first, here's Jazzy complaining about her pregnancy.
Today, I've been feeling so guilty because I feel like I haven't done anything productive, even though I have a lot of things to do, like a lot of work to do. And I don't want to be stressed about all this thing being accumulated for the week. But honestly, today has been a very tough day because I am extremely nauseous. I haven't eaten anything. Today, I've been just drinking water, a lot of water, trying to keep myself hydrated. But I am hungry, but I have no appetite because I'm nauseous. I'm disgusted by the idea of eating.
Welcome to being pregnant. I know you only experienced it once before with your younger child, who's your biological child, so you may have forgotten. But my son is going to be 21 in July, and I have not forgotten how miserable pregnancy is, especially in the later stages when you're about to pop.
I want to puke even though I have nothing in my stomach. And when I think of food, it's just like I feel I can't. And I don't know why I'm feeling like this today, but I mean, I'm pregnant, but like, why now? So fair.
Okay, so now we have when I interviewed. Excuse me one second, guys. Let me just.
I'm the one that you took to Lego.
When I interviewed Linzee and Tara, check out my interview. I'm going to put the description in the description box. This is where, I mean, this cracked me up. Okay. I didn't know this. Apparently, she's the one that Gino took to Disney World and Legoland. Remember their first season when Jasmine was having a fit because Gino wouldn't pay for a luxury apartment while she waited for her visa, and she was yelling at him, "You took your ex to Disney World and you took your ex to Legoland." Linzee's the ex. So check this out.
I'm the one that you took to Legoland.
Oh,
Oh, good old
you're
Legoland.
the one he took to Legoland. Oh
Yeah.
my God. I didn't realize that. That's fucking hysterical. That is fucking hysterical. If
That's
you
because
got,
I had kids and we took the kids. But yeah,
yeah, that was
You know
one
what
of
we
the
didn't ask
first
Gino
big
about the bunk
arguments.
beds?
What happened?
The bunk
that
beds.
motherfucker.
What about the bunk beds?
Lindsay,
got-
we
he
didn't
got
ask Gino about the bunk bed.
This is an example of Gino being cheap. Okay, Jasmine may be right about one thing. Gino is very frugal and cheap when it comes to his money.
He got my kids a bunk bed. And when I moved out, I still to this day am pissed about this. When I moved out, he refused to give me those bunk beds. What the fuck are you going to do with some bunk beds in your house as a single man?
Oh my God. Gino, are you fucking kidding me? I know you're watching. Are you fucking kidding me?
But we were wondering.
And I'll say it again. Gino, are you fucking kidding me? You took the bunk beds from Linzee? Like, really, dude?
What Jasmine's reaction was to these bunk beds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't show that on the show.
So, like I said, they went out to dinner the other night, but I see a question here. Joslo, there has been rumors that her sister is actually her daughter. I personally do not believe those rumors, but there's been whispers on the street that her sister is actually her daughter. Honestly, I don't believe it, but that's just my opinion. So, here we go. Jasmine, Linzee, Tara, and Gino went out to dinner again the other night. And let me share their pictures first at dinner. So this was them at dinner. They were all hanging out. Tara's trying to teach Gino how to dance on a pole. And then this happened. I was on the cruise ship and I got this video in my DM. Check it out, you guys. Let me blow it up for you. Here we go.
Hey Mary, look who I found.
Mary, how's it going?
And my girl Tara.
So there you go. I mean, I don't think any other blogger, I don't want to brag because you guys know I hate to brag, but I don't think any other blogger got a personalized video from Gino, Tara, and Linzee at their dinner table. But I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Like I said, there is a new account out there, and I need you guys to go follow it. Gino, Linzee, and Tara. It's on IG. And let me tell you, I want to high five and tongue kiss the person behind it because it is funny AF. Okay. It is obviously a mockery of the Jasmine Matt Gino account. And yeah, so as you can see with the stories before, they are coming out with the clapback. Whoever is behind this account is clapbacking at Jasmine big time, and I'm here for it. I'm sitting back here with my popcorn, screenshotting. So, moving on. Like I said, Jasmine is the one that's out there bullying and publicly humiliating Gino, making a mockery of marriage. Okay. This non monogamous, ethical situation, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is bullshit. And I would like to apologize for my harsh language. I got a comment on a video that one of my followers, she watches me with her littles. Um, I would advise headphones, AirPods, earbuds when you're listening to me, but I understand sometimes that's not possible. So I will really try to keep my language to the minimum, but then it really wouldn't be me. But I'm going to try. I'm really going to try. So, Monsters and Critics wants us to believe that we all need to be kinder to Jasmine because this is causing her immense stress. Okay. So they published an article that says Jasmine's attorneys call out 90 Day Fiancé bloggers for putting her at very high risk. Now, in this article, there was a post published by another 90 Day blogger on Instagram who got messages from a anonymous source who says that Gino and another blogger, definitely not me, have been working for over a year to plan to destroy Jasmine's reputation. Honestly, I do not believe that. Okay. Personally, I know getting info out of Gino is like trying to get info out of a mob boss. Gino will keep secrets until his grave. He will not break his NDA. Okay. There has been times that Gino has DM'd me and asked me to take stuff down because I guess he was afraid that it was violating his NDA. So hearing this, that Gino allegedly was working with another blogger to purposely destroy Jasmine's reputation for a whole year before Last Resort aired, I could tell you right now, the person that told me about Jasmine's baby daddy Matt and all of his dirt, definitely not Gino. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. There are other sources out there that are definitely not Gino. There are people coming forward and talking about Jazzy and Matt. Definitely not Gino. Okay, I mean, that other blogger may have, you know, fabricated things. I don't know what was happening over there. All I know what happens on my channel, and I could tell you, trying to get shit out of Gino, practically impossible. Okay, so Monsters and Critics published this comment from Leslie, the immigration attorney, to all of the 90 Day stars. Okay, and she says, I have messaged bloggers that their sources have fed them false information. For example, when one or two announced the pregnancy came out at the tell all had not even been filmed. Therefore, only someone who knew the plans beforehand, which is very, very few people, would have been able to give those bloggers that information. I messaged one of them to let them know their source was not correct at all, was not correct at the time as well. Since I am the attorney for a lot of the cast, I knew the tell all had not filmed yet when they made that announcement, which put Jasmine at a very high risk for extreme stress. Okay, Leslie, the attorney to the 90 Day stars that need the immigration advice, like Jasmine and Natalie. I have a question for you. How about when your client Jasmine slandered and defamed Linzee for the past 4 years by claiming that Linzee sent her nude photos that she sent to Gino and Gino sent to Linzee? okay, to her teaching job in Panama. And this is why she got fired. And she still, to this day, she just went live, I don't know, maybe about a month ago, saying that if she was to go back to Panama to be with her children, okay, if her visa doesn't work out and her papers don't work out, she'll just go back to Panama. But the problem is she won't be able to get a teaching job because of what Gino's ex did to her. So, Attorney Kelsey, I have a question for you. Since you are an attorney, what about that? For the past 4 years, the defamation and slander of Linzee, because it's been proven not to be true. Linzee did not do it. How the fuck does she know where Jasmine worked? Common sense. But that's okay though. We're supposed to be nice to Jasmine because she's pregnant. I do not wish Jasmine any harm. I do not wish any harm on her unborn baby because, I'm getting comments from some people on my Instagram that I'm a horrible person. I just stick up for marriage. I stick up for morals and for what's right. Okay, so just because Jasmine is pregnant and she's beautiful with glowing skin and her belly is, oh my goodness, look at her belly, doesn't mean a damn thing to me. Okay, she is wrong. She cheated, and yeah. So apparently I told you guys I haven't watched Last Resort or Between the Sheets at all. The little summaries of Last Resort tell all is out, and as you guys can see, it says in part 1 that Rob expresses his feelings towards Jasmine. Sorry, guys. I'm texting my son to let the cat out of the bedroom. She is in front of his door, meowing her head off. Don't know if you guys can hear her, but it's very distracting. So, moving on. The tell-all, part 1, Rob expresses his feelings towards Jasmine, which, as you guys know, I exclusively reported, okay, that Rob flipped the fuck out when Jasmine walked in, hand in hand with Matt, all glowingly pregnant, and he did what Gino should have done. He got up, flipped the fuck out, called her a dirty whore, just like I do, and apparently Jasmine took off her shoe and hit him. So we're going to see this all play out on part 1 of the tell-all. Remember where you heard it first, though, okay? Because apparently there's some other bloggers out there that are just regurgitating this info now, and of course not giving me credit for being the first one to report it. So just remember where you hear things first. That's all I ask you guys, okay? So anyway, we have Mary Pants. Tiger was in. She was trying to get out. Okay, that was the problem. She wanted out. So moving on. Linzee. Okay, Linzee wants everyone to know that she loves this man. This is her man. She loves her man. And she is retired from the adult entertainment industry and in an amazing committed relationship with someone very special to me. I'm not going to meet you. I do not want to collab. I do not need any help with my OF. No need to message me for these things. Thank you. Feel free to delete me or keep following, but do not try to slide in my DMs. It's not going to happen. So yes, she is retired from the adult film industry, and she is looking to do a different path in life. So first, I want to share this little video, okay? You're not going to see anyone. You're just going to hear Gino talking. So to make a long story short, Gino was talking to someone in the restaurant where he was having dinner with Linzee and Tara about Jasmine. So I'm going to share this with you guys, and then I'm going to share what Linzee's future career plans are.
Yeah, she's knocked up right now.
Yeah, by another man.
By another man.
Well, not by not by him.
Not by you? No.
Now it's funny. Now he's like, yeah, it's a porter ass.
Now you're getting it.
So I was always curious, is everything
So
scripted?
do you have to screen them before you bring them here?
Well, they go through a visa interview.
I mean, do you have to personally screen them?
Do I?
Yeah, you have to meet them. Like, you can't, like,
I
just
mean,
not ever meet
like-
them.
Yeah, not really. It's like I get to know them in their country, and then they come here. You only got 90 days when they get.
You're making it sound like there's multiple.
You got like 90.
I know. Do you know how many are there?
90 days. That's all you get to marry them. You have to
How
get
many do
married.
you bring them for every 3 months? How many do you bring them here?
Well,
How many of them?
usually 5 girls every 3 months.
Oh wait, does that think weird?
And to be fair, I can
So that is Gino talking about Jasmine being knocked up by another man. And I just want to comment to this comment. Yo, bro, you're so into Jasmine, bro. Let it go and let it be. If Gino's family is on her side, then you got to let it be. Oy vey. Okay, Nelly D, I have a question for you. Did you listen to what I just said about Gino's family? Apparently, only Michelle and Dana are on her side, from what I understand. The little whispers on the street that I get um from my sources, from my little birdies that float around. So apparently, the only people that are on Jasmine's side is Michelle and Dana. And I believe the reason why they're on her side is they want to ride that 90-day train with her as long as they can. So they decided to jump over to her because now that she's knocked up with her side piece, who knows? Maybe she could get her own spinoff. TLC has done worse. Okay. So anyway, we have Linzee, who is moving on to a new career path. Okay. And check this out.
I'm on my way to my friend's brokerage to interview with the broker there. She's a real estate agent. We've been friends since high school. And I just began taking real estate classes. If you know, you know. And yeah, I'm super excited. So wish me luck. And I'll let you guys know how it went.
So congrats to Linzee and her new career. So there you go. Gino trying to ride a pole, and it didn't quite work. So moving on. Did I mention that EScott slipped into Linzee's DMs? Oh, yes, he did. And he was posting to his stories, hearts and being in love with her. And now today on his 54th birthday, he's announced that he's knocked someone up. Yeah. Okay. I'm telling you, this franchise on screen is a shit show, but off screen, oy vey. That's all I have to say. And for once, I agree with Debbie. Okay, Debbie and her crazy ideas. We definitely need some anti-bitch cream around here. When people bite, act fast for quick relief. Yeah. For once, I agree with Debbie. And that's kind of crazy when I agree with Debbie. So moving on to some positivity, some positive pregnancies that should be getting a lot more attention than Jazzy's. But of course, Jazzy is messy because she's pregnant by her side piece. This was a normal pregnancy. David and Annie. Yes, David is older, but what's meant to be is meant to be. And what's meant to be right now is him and his beautiful daughter napping. The baby is home. Annie, David, baby are all adjusting very well. From what Annie says on her stories and her posts, the baby sleeps straight through the night, is the sweetest baby. And I wish them all the luck in the world. And Amber from Love in Paradise, she broke her ankle, the top of her foot, and she is on bed rest for the rest of her pregnancy, listening to Spanish music so the baby knows about daddy's culture. And I wish her nothing but the best. Amber, if you're listening, virtual hug, girl. It's almost there, girl. Almost there. Your baby will be here. And then years from now, you could look back at this time and laugh. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, so moving on, we have I had a nice conversation with Ari. Yes, I did. And I was pleasantly surprised. One, I was surprised that she actually responded to me. So she posted, reality TV, he cheats. But she's annoying and she cries, so it's totally justified. Not just about me, by the way. Or he killed three people, so, but she's ugly. I hope they lock her up. I'm like, okay. So I DM'd her and I asked her, or how about she cheats, but he's not having sex with her, but it's okay. So she replies, yeah, she was definitely cheating, but I feel like he was also cheating at the same time. Neither is justified, of course. So I said, thank you for your response. Hope all is well. And then I said to her, I also want to say, I think all of the hate out here for you is unwarranted. You deserve praise, not hate. And she said, thank you. I appreciate that. I've been getting a lot of support these days. I was really surprised how many nice messages I got after the show aired. How's your podcast going? We continue to have a nice, brief, pleasant conversation. So she's in Vegas, guys. Okay. And I question whether her and Benny are really divorcing or if that was for TV. So I'm going to do some digging and I will let you guys know what I find out. So, like I said, we had a nice, pleasant conversation. She was complaining about glasses that are either too tight or slip off your nose. And I'm like, girl, you have no idea what I go through with my glasses. They are a pain in my ass. So she's like, Larry David should make a Curbed episode about it. So she has a sense of humor. And we managed to have a pleasant conversation. So I was actually pleasantly surprised. Now, she posted some throwback pictures of her time in Ethiopia, and she asked if we would be interested in traveling with her. I wouldn't really go that far, but hey, I had a pleasant conversation with her. So, moving on, Fort Girl Stephanie has been talking to Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I have a couple of bridges to sell you in Brooklyn if you believe that. This is Fort Girl Stephanie, and she took to the gram and to TikTok, and she was like, guys, guess what? Ryan Reynolds slid into my DM, and he spilled the crazy tea about Blake. So I screenshot one of the messages that, quote, Ryan Reynolds sent her. But dear, still trying to figure out the love you have for me because I won't love a woman playing with my feelings again. So she says, I promise I won't do that and I don't even think Justine, but it's Justin Baldoni is hot. Blake really messed up. So Ryan Reynolds, in air quotes, says she thinking is hotter than me. I can't blame her for that. And of course, Stephanie, being the marketing genius that she is, throws out, by the way, have you ever wanted a fart in a jar? And Ryan Reynolds says, can I have your contact, dear? And his reply to the fart in a jar question is yes. So I think it's really crazy that Stephanie created all of this just for views and likes and clicks. But guys, something really, really weird happened to me today. Oh my goodness. Okay? Eminem, the real Slim Shady slid into my DMs. Can you believe it, guys? First, Ryan Reynolds is sliding into Stephanie's DMs, and now Eminem, the real Slim Shady, is sliding into mine. So he said, hey, Kiki, I heard you are one of my biggest fans. I opened up this account to talk to fans like you. Would you mind if I ask you a personal question? Are you a human, animal, or mineral? Thank you from the bottom of my black and cold heart. MM. So I reply, OMG, is this really you? And he says, yes, why would the real Marshall Mathers lie? You know, Kiki, you are starting to hurt my feelings. I might have to go home and cry now. Just because I am the real Slim Shady, it does not mean I don't have feelings. I bleed like human. And I said, first of all, do you blame me for being suspicious? All of a sudden, after years, after adoring you for years, you suddenly slide into my DMs. How did you even find me? And the real Slim Shady says 90 Day Fiance is my dirty secret. Jasmine sucking toes turned me on. And I'm sorry, whether this is the real Eminem or not, peace out, pervert. Fuck off. So there's some really weird shit happening this week. First, Ryan Reynolds slides into Stephanie's DMs, and now Eminem slid into mine. But he likes watching Jasmine suck toes, so yeah. Anyway, moving on. We have Chidi, who I also interviewed before I went away on my cruise, and that in turn caused Renee to flip the fuck out. So let me share a little clip from my interview with Chidi, okay, in case you guys haven't seen it, and then go check it out once I'm done with my live, and then you'll see why Renee flipped the fuck out. And you refer to red flags. What were thinking back? What were some of the red flags that you?
Oh, yeah, some of the red flags I saw or discovered when we were still together during the first 2 years we dated was her nature of cussing and yelling and shouting, abuse, verbal abuse, being disrespectful to my opinion, to my ideas, to my desires. She had always wanted things to go her own way. She never respected my thoughts, and she just wanted me to capitulate to whatever she wanted.
Right. So when she came back to you 3 years later, did you think maybe she had changed?
Yes, I raised the question. I asked her, I reminded her of some of those issues that tore us apart in the first place. She told me that she has changed, that we will use this opportunity to talk over those issues, which I believe then wasn't a bad idea. Okay. At least I had the opportunity to sit down with her and express those things I couldn't express back then, as she couldn't allow me.
Right. Okay. So now, Renee definitely watched my interview because she flipped the fuck out. So here is part 1 of Renee's rants. I'm just going to play one of them because I know you guys don't want to sit here and listen to her rant for like 15 minutes.
They didn't show me doing anything sweet, right? But they showed me yelling. But I don't yell for nothing. I've never had an issue with anybody. I've never gotten in a fight with anyone. I've never been hated by anybody. Do you know why he hates me? Because I stood up for myself. Because I refused to sleep with him. Because I didn't buy an apartment. Because I didn't sign a marriage certificate.
Okay, I'm going to pause Renee for a second because the chat is cracking me up. Charlie was cheating on you, Venus. Charlie Sheen was sliding into someone else's DMs. I know. And Caroline, I'm sorry that you don't have a celebrity sliding into your DMs. Okay, maybe we can find one for you. Who do you like? Let me know. Maybe I could go and contact them and have them slide in your DMs. But, something weird is going on in the air. All of a sudden, Slim Shady's in my DMs. Ryan Reynolds is in Fart Girl's DMs. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, back to Crazy Renee.
And because when we got back, I blocked him. Straight up. So now he goes and tells, she's so evil. She yelled at me. My little sissy self can't take that. But he don't tell you how bulgy-eyed and cockeyed he was to sit there and yell at me, right? Talking about how I'm in love with, coming up with things. I'm in love with his brother. That came out of nowhere. That was one of the fights, but they didn't show him fighting with me, right? They didn't show me saying, why are you doing this? Why are you listening to production? This isn't like you, Chidi. Why are you doing this? You've never done this before up until now. This doesn't make sense. Why don't you go off script for once? Why don't you show them that you really do love me? So that was that. They showed me yelling. They showed me screaming at the poor little innocent soul who can't see. Poor little guy. Poor baby boy. he got yelled at.
I think the way Renee talks about Chidi is very condescending. Okay. And honestly, it pisses me the fuck off. She um dehumanizes him and emasculates him. In my opinion, of course.
And because he got yelled at, he can't take that. So he must do what he does, like he always does. Lie in every situation, run, and say nothing but negative things. I admit he didn't mention one positive thing, but I have lots of voicemails and text messages from that boy telling me, I wish you were here. I wish you never left.
Do you hear the way she calls him boy? It's that dehumanizing and like emotionally abusive, or is it just me?
You're the queen. I wish you'd stayed. I miss you so much. But then once he sees that I turned on him and society turned on me, that's when he said, yeah, I'll run with that. Whatever brings in more money, more profit. But boy, you sitting in the dark shadows of reality.
Yeah, she is always the victim. Always the victim. And she's ranting and raving. Okay. I know my interview triggered her AF. Okay. Here, she actually is replying to a part of my interview where she says, as you all saw previously, he admitted that I did send money, and yes, for school. But before he was caught in a lie, this person told him about evidence. It is not until then he admitted that I did send money, but he said much lower than it was. Now you will see that all of a sudden he will lie, and then he will tell the truth if caught. You can't believe somebody just because they were projected innocently by a TV show and because they hide behind Christianity or disabled. That is the worst. But that's how they have been able to take control. They take advantage of those who are nice. They take advantage of those that are nice. I was open and easier to work with, and that's why they created me as a villain. So now she's is bashing production. That's what I'm trying to say. He was quiet and like a robot, only repeating what he and she told him to say to them. Very quiet and have to watch what he says because he's very much a liar. Look how he's still to this day talking so negatively about me and even willing to write about me simply because I spoke the truth and did a cover for him when he wasn't there for me. God help me, and I know he will. I rebuke all evil in Jesus' name. Amen. Edited. As you can see, he does not mention they hit me and kicked me out after the second day. I'm not going to read the second one, the word salad. You guys could, pause and read later if you want. But as you can see, my interview struck a nerve. So she posted these messages from someone that basically called her racist for calling Chidi a boy. And she is just ranting and raving that this person is projecting their issues onto her, where in actuality, in my opinion, they're just calling her out. So as she mentioned, and as Chidi mentioned in my interview, he has a book out, okay, and it says how I overcame blindness, and I wish him nothing but the best. Honestly, I wish him nothing but the best. If you haven't checked out my interview with him, please do. So, moving on. Robert and Annie will be returning to Pillow Talk. This is great fucking news, guys, okay? Because I loved them on Pillow Talk and I was afraid that they were gone because they haven't been posting 90-day related stuff. Robert's just been posting about his car dealership. I'm like, shit, their contract is over. But someone asked Annie, we miss you. We miss your husband's sense of humor on Pillow Talk. Can we see him a little on your stories? And Annie says, soon Pillow Talk again. So I am so happy that they are returning. So moving on, we have some 90-day cast. Oh yeah, Maureen, so much has happened during the week. It's like, oh my goodness. So some 90-day cast, okay? Mina thanks everyone for their concern about Maria not being properly strapped in a car seat. And now she shows that yes, they figured out how to properly strap her in. I just watched the episode in full today and I saw that her in the car like that, and I'm like, guys, please. So we have Joan, okay, who apparently has a fake account sliding into her husband's DMs and harassing her, which that's kind of bullshit. I mean, her fiance, not husband, her fiance's DMs and harassing her. That's kind of bullshit. And now that I'm back, I'm going to hit Greg up again. I want some of these sourdough pinwheels, a loaf of sourdough bread, so I could review them for you guys. So I'm going to hit him up again. And he and Joan were featured in Newsday newspaper, which is a big newspaper on Long Island where he lives. So here's the article, and I just wanted to share one particular thing about the article with you guys, okay? The very last paragraph. This is Greg's long-term goal. He does have one perhaps fanciful long-term goal: opening a New York style pizza shop in Uganda. They have pizza and it's good, don't get me wrong, he says, but it's not New York pizza, man. Jelly Ugandan Knuckles, what do you think of this? Opening up a New York style pizza shop in Uganda. It's like, okay, Greg, I think you have some lofty goals. Maybe you just need to like take a regular 9 to 5 job. Maybe that state job, uh, you fucked it up. But here, there's a lot of state jobs that are hiring, so maybe you could land yourself one. But a New York style pizza joint in Uganda. That's his ultimate goal. Guys, could someone explain to me why Jessica's friend Megan was crying like Juan cheated on her? I mean, I get it. They're besties. And Megan, Megan loves Jessica. Megan with an I. Thank you so much, Brianna, for the super chat. Thank you. It's good to see you, girl. Thank you. So, Megan with an I confesses her love for Jessica. That is her bestie, and basically she'll shank someone for her, to make a long story short. So moving on, we have Aaliyah and Sean. Okay, Aaliyah, I love her mom. Her mom supports her to the fullest. Like I said, I finally watched the episode today. And Sean is pretty fucked up for not telling his kids about her. And his mom had a point. His kids are not going to be happy. So I don't see this turning out very well. The preview for tonight's episode shows Sean telling Aaliyah that, if they didn't have to apply for the K1 visa, basically, that he wouldn't get married, that he has no desire for the married life again. So I'm like, oy vey, I don't think this is going to turn out really good. So moving on, we have Sarpa and Shekinah. And by the way, the tell-all's already filming in New York. Sarpa and Shekinah are in New York. Okay? I mean, this picture of them at the Empire State Building kind of gives it away. But also, I wanted to look up Shekinah's business because that work live space like gave me the heebie-jeebies. So she does have an actual website. She says with over 20 years as a licensed statistician, I possess extensive knowledge and valuable resources which allow me to provide exceptional skincare services. My curated collection of professional products range from medical grade skincare to natural plant-based green beauty. I offer this diversity so as to cater to all needs and preference. While my hands are my primary tools, I appropriate various modalities to achieve advanced results such as skin tightening, pore refining, textual resurfacing, tone enhancement, collagen induction, and optimal health of the epidermis. The services I provide are unique and are conceived from information I obtain through a thorough skin analysis and through concise communication regarding your needs and overall goals for your skin. There is something powerful about the confidence that a clear, glowing complexion imparts on someone. I want to give that to you. Okay, I don't know if I'm just being judgy, but honestly, I would not want to have any work done in Shekinah space. I mean, the equipment is like in the kitchen, and that would totally turn me off. So, yeah. So, like I said, the tell all is filming in New York. Okay. Sarper and Shekinah at the Empire State Building. Matt and the many are here. I mean, that's totally New York. Take it from me. Ameni says this is what it looks like when you travel with two women as a throuple. So they're in New York. I doubt Annie's in New York, but Matt and Amini definitely are. This week while I've been gone, Amini's been doing this series on her Instagram, being transparent about her weight, about her surgeries. So I might cover that in the future, but I wasn't really interested. Moving on, Stevie and Maddie putting an end to a ridiculous 90-day clickbait story. When I saw this, I was actually cracking up. It says 90-day fiance. Maddie and Stevie break up just because Maddie's mustache was changed after the barber ruined it. That is the most ridiculous shit I ever heard in my life. And I actually laughed so hard I think I spit out my drink. Okay. So this is Maddie. Okay. A thirst trap shop, maybe. I don't know. So now we have 90 Day Diaries, which is premiering in April. I think April 9th. Liz's episode will be May 17th. I wonder if she's going to talk about her breakup with Jason, because as we all know, her and Jason are no longer together. Clayton will be on 90 Day Diaries, but unfortunately, David won't be. And I wonder if they might have, asked him to self film stuff, and he did, and they decided not to use it. I don't know, but he's not going to be on 90 Day Diaries. Now, whew, we have an Armando question and answer session, and he doesn't do these very often. And oh boy, was he answering the questions. So I'm going to let you guys pause and read most of these. But basically, someone asked him, are you going to be able to come to the United States soon? Also, love you and Kenny. And he put the praying hands. Someone else asked him, are you banned from the US? And he said, this is being asked a lot. It's a process and a waiting game. Everything approved so far, just waiting on my interview date, which still may or may not take some time. Makes a lot of sense. So, someone else asked if you could visit anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would you go? He says Switzerland. Top 3 pet peeves: bad hygiene, littering, and complaining. Okay. His current favorite non 90-day TV show is Balin Out Loud and de los Famosos MX. I have no idea what that is. If someone does, please let me know in the comments. Someone asked what's going on with you and Kenny. He says he's currently running from me. London is on their bucket list. It's going to be 4 years that they've been together. And it is not true that they have been fired from TLC. Okay. And I've seen that too on these clickbait accounts saying that Kenny and Armando were fired. Not true. They are still working on their baby journey. Their baby journey is loading. Okay. Um, Ketchup or mustard, he's a kind of put it all on there guy. Okay. If him and Kenny were to have their own TV show, it would probably be on the Hallmark Channel. So moving on. Hannah's favorite food is Kenny spaghetti, which I find adorable. Okay. And then we have someone asked, have you thought of living in San Diego when your visa goes through? And he says, would compensate any place that has wonderful weather. We dream of a woodsy place. Cool. So then finally, someone asked, Isn't there something you guys can do to stop the lies and shit that people say about you? And Armando says, you learn to live with it. Happy to answer if we're asked directly. Otherwise, it's impossible to keep up what is said. Ha ha ha. Also, there are a few fake accounts on Facebook with my name and they post fake news about the show's cast. Some people believe it's actually coming from me, which is what I don't like, but I try to get them taken down without luck, so I've just given up. So basically, all these accounts that you see on Facebook, Kenny and Armando News, Jenny and Submit 90 Day Fiance fans, all those accounts are basically clickbait, pumping out fake news just to get clicks and views. So moving on, we have a funny duo, a funny bromance developing, Joey and John. Okay, and they're bonding over Duncan. Yeah, that's a great thing to bond over. So let me share this. This is fucking hysterical to me.
Johnny!
My Duncan, bro, what's up?
What are you doing?
Bro, Chow, what do you think I'm doing? I got my coffee, motherfucker.
You lucky motherfucker. You got Dunkin' Donuts? You got
Of course
the Dunkin'
I got
without
Dunkin',
me?
baby. What are you doing?
I just left this piece of shit gas station. I had to settle. I know it's a crime. I had to settle for this shitty gas station coffee. Oh, fuck!
What the fuck? What the fuck, Joey? What the you fucking cocksucker?
It's fucking disgusting, John. Disgusting.
The
Holy shit.
And you guys think my language is bad?
Dude, are you serious? It took me 20 goddamn minutes to get this fucking coffee.
You spilled the coffee? Oh, no. This is a sin. We can't be wasting Dunkin' like this, John.
You son of a bitch. I'm going to get you back there. I'm going to get you back there.
You can't be wasting Dunkin' like this. I got to say 10 Hail Marys when I get home. This is a sin.
I'm John.
Oh, John.
Come on, buddy. Look what you did to me. You don't get me going over my Dunkins.
We can't keep doing this. It's the third time this month, guy. We got to
focus on Dunkins, Joey, not my Dunkins. All right, Dunkin' Brothers out.
Dunkin' Brothers for life.
Dunkin' Brothers out. I think I like this new bromance. Okay, they crack me the fuck up, to be honest. So, Isabella, thank you. It is the House of Famous. It's a reality TV show like Big Brother. So that is one of Armando's favorite shows. Thank you, Isabella, for telling me what it is. Now, before I let you guys go, thank you for hanging in. I know it's been a long one, okay? And I know I went live right in the middle of 90 Day Fiancé airing on TLC. But before I let you guys go, just a couple of miscellaneous updates. My thoughts and prayers go out to Amela. You guys remember Johnny and Amela from a couple of seasons back. Her mom is very sick, and my thoughts go out to her. She is currently hospitalized with a brain bleed, and basically, my heart goes out to her. And my heart also goes out to Shida. Okay, her father recently passed, and I know grief comes in waves. So she wakes up one morning out of the blue, really missing her father. But it's really nice to see her mother with the baby as well. So, Vanya, loved the experience of filming 90 Day, but the relationship sucked and not currently dating very successfully, apparently. We have Inky. Remember him? Playing cowboy with his friends. We have Rob heading to the airport. We have Tiffany, who Scott was just flirting with a couple of months ago, and a couple of weeks ago, I should say. And we have Yara with her mini me Mila. Legoland seems to be a big thing in 90 Day. Lita and Eric took their son to Legoland, okay? And Lita's also shopping for shoes, so it looks like everything is okay between her and Eric. Not so long ago, she was arrested for DV and animal cruelty charges in a fight with Eric, but it's good to see that they're going to Legoland and buying shoes together. Moving on, we have Natalie saying some people feel the rain, others just get wet. I wonder which one she is. She's living her best life with her girlfriends. As you can see, she's still wearing her corset or waist trainer because she had lipo 360 and she's in the post recovery stage. So yeah. And we have Lauren and Alexi taking the kids to the theater. And you guys remember George, who was with Amphisa? These are his kids, and it was his son's birthday. And yeah, speaking of smoking, I just want to let this hater know, okay? For someone that has nothing against smoking weed, you are very judgy wudgy. And yes, I'm high. I'm currently high. I am basically high all day long, but that doesn't stop me from doing what I need to do. I'm what you call a functional pothead. So if you don't like it, don't fucking watch me. Just saying. So before I let you guys go for the night, I just want to say I'm not clearing up any rumors that you guys may or may not heard about me. I don't care what you heard. Go hear it again because it's probably true. Thank you so much for watching me, guys. Thank you for hanging in so long. Thank you, everyone in the live chat, for joining me. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. And one more thing, if you're here again for the first time, I'm Mary, and this is Kiki and Kibitz. And one more thing, please like, share with a friend or 10, subscribe. Double check that you are subscribed because YouTube likes to play games and they will unsubscribe you and then you won't realize for like 6 months. And one more thing, if you would consider joining my membership, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you, everyone in the live chat. See you next time. Have a good night.